Joel into the lane, backing, turning to VJ. Corner three, up and good. The Sixers are going to be heading to Boston. They lead 98-78. 5 minutes to go. And the crowd with a standing ovation, a sellout of over 19,000.
Are you kidding me? What a game last night.
Are you kidding me that we got this?
Are you kidding me?
Like, this is a gift from God. A game 7 against, like, I'm so pissed off because the Flyers conflict with it.
Pissed.
So it messed, like, I want to watch the game 7.
Yeah, you can't watch it.
Like a game 7 against the Celtics.
Against the Celtics.
Like, I know I'm a Flyers honk and it's stick to hockey and all that crap. But, like, I love a game 7. I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. And, like, I work for the Flyers. I'm a fan of the Sixers.
Right.
You know, like, sometimes
you
I want to
enjoy it even more as a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Mr. NBA. What are you kidding me?
Well, that's true.
Yeah, some people don't know Jason will beat anybody in NBA trivia, depending on the era.
Yeah, well, like, I remember, like, the caller brought up 2021, Trae Young just carving our heart out. Remember that?
Yeah.
With Atlanta?
Yeah, Ben Simmons wouldn't take the dunk. Yeah,
I'm still pissed.
It felt like the end. So does this mean
you kidding me?
Does it mean the process isn't dead? Do we have to revisit that now too, Ray?
Sam Hinkie on line 4.
We've never been so alive, Johnny Marks.
It was the long play.
I told you to get in.
Oh, I'm
you
back.
didn't have confidence. I told you.
I can't believe I didn't have confidence in this team. What an idiot I am.
Where's Nerlens Noel when we need him?
Probably smoking dope somewhere.
In the bong. It's on the bong.
Yeah.
I'm juiced. Like, I don't have this much energy normally. I'm, like, so pumped up because you got a game 7.
Man, against the Celtics. In Boston. And they look like it's
Deer
like,
in the headlights.
It's like a boxing match, and it's round 7.
Yeah.
And they go back to the corner and they say, I don't think I can beat him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try to knock him out. And their knockout punches, they're gonna shoot 40% from 3, and that's how they win the game.
Well, but the Sixers are like, if we could survive the first 4 rounds of this,
Here's the other thing. Is that
then we can start stinging them.
Before, when James Harden was here, when they lost in Game 7, as good of a player as James Harden was in 2 of those games, he also turned into Harden in Game 7, where he didn't shoot the ball, where he didn't show up. And that's kind of been Harden's MO, which is biggest spot, he's going to shrink.
Yeah, he sleeps.
There's no reason to believe that this team's going to shrink in the big spot.
Because, like, play the Paul George cut again. Like, the dude is so relaxed. Like this gives me confidence. Here's Paul George.
Yeah, I just thought we played free. You know what I mean? It's really no pressure. We got to come out. We lose, we go home. So I thought we played with no pressure. We stuck to our identity. We're going to play hard. And
that's it.
Yeah, I thought we defended 3-point line. We keep them from getting extra possessions. And,
Matter of fact.
You know, we got big fella. Big fella is there's nothing you can do with big fella.
But there's one thing you can control in a game and in life: working harder than the other person.
You can outwork the opponent.
You can outwork your coworker. You can outwork your boss. You can outwork the other opponent. You can work as hard as them, and that's what they've done the last 2 nights.
Yeah.
They didn't do that in Game 4, and you saw it. And I don't know what changed. I don't know if this was internal. I don't know if Nick Nurse was about whatever it is. What they're doing right now, and also the chemistry, you can see it. You can see it on the floor. You can see it with the way they're playing. You can see it in how they're talking. Like Paul George said, and we got the big fella.
Yeah.
And he's right. Because Embiid can take over a game. He can also sabotage you if he's bad Embiid.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done that.
No, and he was most unselfish Embiid in that last game. That's what you need. I was a speaker at a banquet for my high school at their hockey banquet. And I usually don't write anything down, but the last message I delivered said, focus on what you can control. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you earn. It starts with showing up and earning it every day. You can always be a leader in effort, attitude, and perspective because it takes no talent.
Doesn't cost anything.
You're not born with that. That's a decision. You can outwork your opponent. And that's a decision. You outwork your coworker. Show up and kill them every day. Look at it as a competition. Be better than them every day. That's a choice, not a talent.
Mm-hmm. All right, Russ is going to join us in a second. Ray, look at Ray. Ray outworks everybody.
Ray is bouncing in that seat in there like he's
happy.
Like he's on one of those old school bouncy balls like we had in the 70s.
I am so excited.
I am too.
I'm running on pure adrenaline, by the way. This has been just, I can't believe we
got... You sleep last night?
Barely.
Stateside after?
No, I walked up to South House and went and saw. I texted the owner's house like, you got to be open right now. You got to have I
gotta have one.
What time did you get home?
Like midnight.
That's not bad.
But I couldn't sleep. I'm sitting there. I'm just reliving the entire thing. I'm texting my buddy that I was at the game with. I'm like, dude, I can't believe we just lived through that.
He's trying to calm down, burning a dart in bed.
You smoking? You have a couple cigarettes last night?
That was an entire pack last night.
A 1-pack final.
I got a pack reserved for the Celtics on Saturday night, and that's not a bit. I will smoke a pack if they end up beating the Celtics.
Pack of darts?
I got a Celtics pack ready to go.
All right.
You got to go with a pack of Newports for the Celtics.
I want an icy light tonight, too, because I didn't get a chance to really crack one at Pittsburgh's expense either.
Oh, God. You might as well just go to the porta potty and drain it out and drink that. That's awful.
All right, Sixers, by the way, 7.5-point underdogs in the game. Now,
love the number.
But to put that in perspective, they were 6.5-point underdogs last night at home. So now it's 7.5. It's not a Sixer line. I mean,
the Celtics are going to get the benefit of Vegas still.
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes Vegas is off with their read on things. Mm-hmm. And here's one of the situations where I think it is.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And we'll see where this line goes. Let me see if it's even
see if it gets bet to a certain way.
It might. Let's see. No, it's still 7.5.
And the Celtics at home this season were 30-11.
Yeah, there's
good home team.
There's good reason, but if this was a 5.5-point line, that'd be very telling as far as analyzing the point spread. Yeah. It's 7.5, which is it's a Celtic line. I will say that.
Sixers, by the way, were 22-19 on the road this year, which isn't bad.
Is that right?
Where they're, yeah.
Interesting. All right, let's go to our guy Russ Joy, Know the Goalie, and also the Russ Joy Show, which you can catch on all the social medias. What's up, Russell?
Hello, gents. How are we doing?
Wow, he sounds so clear.
I see you've traded one bald for another. I like this one, too.
Yeah, he has.
You got to bring in the bald guy.
He has more facial hair. Sean has a beard sometimes, but yes, I have to make sure my hair looks the best, so I bring in bald guys. But by the way,
Jason's got some incredible facial hair. I wish my beard had the kind of coverage that his does. And Johnny, like you too, like you guys have better coverage than I do, which is why I typically just rock the mustache.
That's a porn stash.
But I couldn't pull off the mustache you do.
Yeah, I don't. I couldn't do that.
I appreciate that. I
look like my chin got sucked into my chest.
Which is why you have the beard.
Yeah, I got the Billy Goat beard.
All right, there you go. All right, so, Saturday night, which is, I think everybody's kind of disappointed that it can't be Sixers night or whatever. But
so dumb.
So just like we were talking about, we can't control that. All right, so going into the series, confidence. How are you feeling about the Flyers' chances against the Panthers, or Russell?
Well, let me just tell you, we could stand here, talk about Sixers Hurricane or the Flyers and Hurricanes, or we can go back to Game 7, which I feel much better about for the Sixers.
Let's do that.
Now, I think it's actually a very interesting kind of thing, right? Because you can look at both of those series as house money if you really want to. Like if you want to put it in a similar perspective, if you're the Sixers. It does sort of in some way feel like house money because you didn't think Embiid was going to be able to bounce back the way that he has. And if you're the Flyers, you're looking at the series against the Hurricanes and you're saying, hey, nobody thought we were going to make the playoffs. There were people that were definitely counting them out. Once Pittsburgh got 2 wins back in that series, you managed to take down your crosstown or your cross-state rival. This is going to be a bear. The one thing that I keep coming back to is if you're the Flyers, assuming Tampa Bay gets knocked out by Montreal, there's a case to be made that based on this season alone, the Flyers will have the best goalie left in the playoffs. And if there's one thing that in playoff hockey could maybe give you a chance, it's a massive talent disparity between the teams, make no mistake. If there's one thing that can kind of cut that down at least a bit, it's an advantage in net. And that's maybe the one thing that you hope if you're a Flyers fan. Can Dan Vladar do it again and again and again? That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's why I wish it was starting Monday, by the way, to give him a little bit more of a rest. He's played in 58 games. He's never played more than 30.
All right, so here's my question on Vladar, because I've heard everybody with the Flyers that covers the Flyers say regular season MVP.
He had
2 shutouts in that series.
Didn't have one all season.
Yeah. But didn't have one all season, which is crazy. Dan Vladar's performance so far with the regular season and the playoffs is the best goalie performance since when?
Since 2014 and Steve Mason.
Yeah.
Steve Mason gets totally shortchanged. Look at it; he had like a 916 save percentage as a Flyer.
But he also wasn't in the playoffs, and that's not that. That wasn't
he went to Game 7 against the Rangers in 14.
Oh, so he did. All right,
he was unbelievable.
So since Mason, that's going back 12 years.
Yeah,
history forgets Steve Mason, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
it has been. It's been that long. So even if you throw out the idea of it's the best goalie performance in a decade, it has been. Yeah. I'd even argue that to some extent, what Vladar's done has been even in some ways more impressive, just given the fact that he's always been a backup.
Yeah. Mason won the Calder Trophy as a Rookie of the Year with Columbus.
Yeah. So, like, the expectations and the level of expectations relative to where they were taken and what they had done to that point in their career, I think Vladar has had this just meteoric rise this year. And if you had Danny Briere on Truth Serum and said, is this what you thought you were getting from Calgary? The answer, of course, is no. There is absolutely no way that they thought Vladar was going to be this good.
When they signed him, Russ, I was like, meh.
I was too. I remember saying on my show, before the season started, because at the end of last year, I said, looking at the Eastern Conference, kind of forecasting it out, I was like, there's going to be a lot of parity in the East. And it ended up proving true. And I said, if Danny Briere goes out and gets like a competent number one goalie or like a 1B that can kind of challenge Sam Ersson for the job, well, then you might actually make the playoffs in an open Eastern Conference. And when they signed Vladar, I was like, really? That's it?
Yeah.
That's signing? Now, you could look at the end of last year and say, like, Calgary played him in a lot of the more higher leverage games against the tougher opponents because they wanted to shelter Wolf. But, like, nobody thought this was coming.
Well, he got the worst games. He got the second of back-to-backs. His last 10, I think, or 11 starts were all on the road when they were trying to make the playoffs.
Yep.
Good knowledge.
So, like, Vladar has been so much better than you could have expected. They needed every bit of every magic he had, every ounce of magic he had against the Penguins. And it's tough because this series is one where, like, I can give you the head or I can give you the heart. The head says Vladar can steal you a game and you might be able to win a game
or two
off of scoring. Like, might be able to do it. Maybe you can take this to 6. But there's that thing beating in my chest. There's that thing that kind of carried me to believing that the Flyers were going to go win the first 2 in Pittsburgh and have a chance to win it in 5. And that thing beating in my chest says, you know what? This freaking team, with this goalie playing the way he has, tell me that weirder things haven't happened than the Flyers winning this series in 6. Tell me that there haven't been weirder things happening in playoff hockey in the past than the Sixers somehow getting past, or the Flyers getting past the Canes.
There have been, but sometimes they play into your favor, like 2010, where Washington gets bounced by Jarl Halak and an unbelievable goalie performance by Montreal. You end up as the 7th seed, and you end up with home ice in the conference final against Montreal. The Pittsburgh and Washington were knocked out of the way in 2010.
And that's not happening this year because Carolina.
No, but you also had to come back from 0-3 against Boston and win that game.
So let me ask you this, because I saw a lot of Flyers fans, in particular after their final loss of the series, but even after they won, which was, if you play like this against Carolina, you're going to get beat. And
you got to find a way against Carolina to punch them in the face and cause some panic and make them play a style of game they don't like to play, because they are as structured and as disciplined in 4 lines and their D pairs. They play what they play, and it's a possession game, and it's cumulative, and it exhausts you because they always have the friggin' puck.
And you don't there's no off shift. They're just going to keep hitting you wave after
4
wave
lines,
after wave. It's a situation where this Flyers team that has done such a great job all year of being able to take that first hit on the chin and coming back in games, they can't do it against Carolina. That's where your luck runs out. That's where this whole thing goes from a carriage to a pumpkin. And if they concede to Carolina early, the series is going to be done.
Carolina didn't even trail in the first series.
Correct.
At all?
There was not a single, not a second in their series against Ottawa did Carolina trail.
But they do have an advantage over Carolina, and that is in net. I do not believe Freddie Anderson was very good in the first round. As the playoffs go on, though, Freddie Anderson starts to lose magic historically, and he's got a big sample size that proves it. If you can, they played them tight this year, but in the playoffs, it's a different animal. If you can just get them kind of make them think it's the conference final, where they always lose, then you might have something.
All right.
The funny thing is, like, if the Flyers could, and they've done nothing over the last 5 years to make you believe that they could, But if the Flyers could put together a relatively competent power play, things change. The wildest stat to come out of the first round, the wildest thing to come out of that first round, 16 goals, right? 14 different goal scorers. It tells you that you don't have a dominant goal scorer. It shows you that you do have a holistic team approach to finding the back of the net. They need someone to grab the mantle. They need somebody to
score 4 or 5 goals in the series. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that. And it's got to be a guy like Konechny. It's got to be a guy.
Well, that's not going to happen. You and I know that's not going to happen. Konechny's not going to be the guy to get you fought. No.
Well, here's the thing, though. In the playoffs in the NHL, there's guys that historically were not good playoff performers until they were. Primo is a prime example.
I would actually. Can we get odds on?
I'm not going to bet it
to never get injured again versus Travis Konechny to score 5 goals in the series. I'll take Joel Embiid to never get hurt again.
Yeah,
like that's how little I believe.
He's got 2 goals in 27 playoff games.
So this, unfortunately, I think is going to come down to one of your young guys having to step up and be that goal scorer.
Then it's Martin.
Imagine being a teenager, getting knocked out of the college playoffs early, coming in, joining this team.
Yeah. He almost ended the game right before York did, too.
Yeah.
That would have been his 3rd goal of the series.
There he is, Russ Joy. Subscribe to his show on YouTube. Not only Snow the Goalie that he does, but the Russ Joy Show. And follow him. It's Joy on Broad for everything that he does. He's very active.
If he puts any more stuff in front of him in his mic, you're not even going to be able to see him.
I actually added this. I heard John say the last time I was on that I have a lot on the desk, so I put the globe on here. By the way, Sixers get past the Celtics in Game 7. They absolutely get past the Knicks. And then you've got that fraud, James Harden, who can't win in the playoffs. Sixers go to the NBA Finals. You heard it here. Come on now.
I don't disagree.
Sixers in the finals and the Flyers in the finals against the Anaheim Ducks. And Cutter goes,
oh, man. Dream scenario.
Or Vegas. Torts and Carter Hart.
That would be something. Oh, boy. All right, Russ, I'll see you at Wegmans, man. I saw him at Wegmans again last week.
Dude, I might be at Wegmans, too. I'm a huge fan of Wegmans.
Let's just go meet up, guys. It'd be great.
All right.
A little deli counter time.
We'll be like the old guys meeting at Dunkin' Donuts.
I like making the little Chinese combo platter with the buffet stuff.
You do the buffet?
Yeah, I do a little bit of lo mein, a little bit of General Tso's chicken, a little bit of rice, maybe a little broccoli chicken.
All right.
Yeah, all right, Russ. Mix it up with the mustard.
Later, buddy. Talk next week.
Asian mustard.
There he is. I like the Asian mustard.
Yeah.
It's a good call by you, Jason.
Huge fan.
Big fan of that buffet.
I also see Russ.
I go in there and just eat all the time by myself.
It's great.
Whenever I'm going by.
I buy sushi from Wegmans.
I do too.
Sushi there too.
It's good sushi.
Yeah.
I used to get the buffet, the Chinese, whatever the Chinese food and whatever. I don't know.
I will probably stop at the King of Prussia one on my way home and hit a little dab.
Outside of my family, the thing I miss most about being back home in Montgomery County is being so close to a Wegmans.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, the grocery stores in the city aren't suburban.
I mean, we got a couple of good. We got a solid Acme, a solid Giant around me. You know,
no, you don't.
The Acme off of Girard.
Yeah,
I used to. That was a super fresh when I lived in the neighborhood. It was a super fresh.
This is pretty good Acme. Good watermelon.
There. Oh, good watermelon.
Good watermelon.
Good produce.
Yeah,
it's like the Broomall Acme. Good produce.
That's where you get the women at the produce section.
That's why I keep
handling the melons,
shopping.
making sure the melon's not too soft. They see you got a nice touch.
All right, listen, we have Sean from Pine Hill, Black Gritty, and Chris from Pensauken. 3 elite callers.
Wow,
that we have coming up. Also,
stacked.
Get your reaction to the Sixers and the Flyers on the Davis Honda text line and send your voice memos. It's all the same number, 610-632-0975. Taking the fan hat off for a second. Does it feel like the 76ers are going to win this game against Boston? Yep. Game 7. That's coming up Saturday night right here on The Fanatic. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Middays with Marks, with John Marks and Ray Dunn. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Oubre with it, 2-on-2. He's got Edgecombe. Bangs into Hauser. Almost lost the handle over to George. 3 by PG. It's good. A triple by George. His 4th in the game. And the Sixers go up by 12.
How about that?
Tom McGinnis on the call. Right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Your home for the 76ers.
Tom will be at his absolute best, most elite tomorrow night. Do yourself a favor. You can sync up the radio to the TV. It's so easy. You do it during the anthem, and you just pause your TV. And then you go, you get the sync, play. Oh, I'm still a little off. Pause again. And you can nail it.
Yep. I'm in.
And you get Tom McGinnis on the call.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, last night was on NBC Sports Network, which they 86th, and then they brought it back.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing. What's it called? NBC Sports Network? Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, because remember, they got rid of it, and then they brought it back.
Yeah. They were like, oh, man, we're going to have the Olympics? Probably need some space for some television programming.
It's such a TV executive thing. Like, yeah, we don't want this anymore. It's not profitable. Hey, we need the Sports Network. Well, you just had it a year ago. Wasn't even going a long time.
No.
But anyway, and then now they have playoff games.
Now you need it because you have two at the same friggin' time. Why?
So my remote, I talk into the remote. I don't know channels outside of ESPN and
Like the number?
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. Other than like I know channel 10 and channel 6 or whatever. So it wasn't on Comcast Sportsnet because they had the Phillies. So, but I didn't know where it was. And I have low battery on my remote. And I'm talking into it, but it doesn't allow you to talk into the remote if it's a low battery.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, well, where the hell is this game? I'm like, it's not on ESPN. I'm looking all over. I go to my phone and I'm like, NBC Sports Network. Like, huh?
What channel is that?
No, I thought it was on Like, is it on Peacock? Is it on wherever? Nope. Was it on Peacock too?
It was on Peacock too, which this whole new deal. I get it. Everybody's making money. Everybody's happy.
Very confusing.
It's we had a chance last night. If the Nuggets won that game, it was going to be a 4:30 Game 7 on Amazon because nothing says Game 7 like trying to figure out your Prime login to go watch a 4:30 in the afternoon game.
It hitting the forgot password, missing the first quarter.
Right. I mean, what in the world are we doing here?
Because the old lady changed it because the kids were using the Amazon Prime account.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones. We have some elite callers here. We'll start with Chris in Pennsauken, who was at the game last night, a season ticket holder. What's up, Christopher?
What's up, boys?
Chris had the win last night. He called in yesterday. He felt it.
I felt it, John, and I thought of you this morning after I got out from working out. I got a pair of Dr. Scholl's because I'm like, my boy's feet were on the floor because I remember what you said. Well, your one foot goes up, you can do night-night. I'm like, his feet had to be on the floor all night long.
They were.
He had the orthodontics out.
Yeah, it was a long night because then they get to win, and now I'm watching post-game. Now I'm looking. I'm reading everything online. Yeah, it was a good night, man.
Yeah, it's nice when we're healthy and we're playing like a team, and then you look over and all the Boston players know what they weren't looking like for the first time in years. They weren't looking all cocky. They weren't a bunch of smartasses. They had fear in their eyes because we're bringing the Boston Strangler up there, Johnny, and we're going to zip them. We're going to cut them from ear to ear with a utility knife and bleed them out. Just bleed them out. Those rats. I can't stand I hated Boston more than I hated the Dallas Cowboys, John. And you know me, I can turn on the switch. I just want to choke them out and just watch their oxygen just suck the life out of them.
It was
right on the floor.
Seeing their demeanor last night. They looked defeated. Now that doesn't mean it has to carry over from game to game.
Swagger.
But even after the game, they were very much. They know that the Sixers have shown up to play, and this is a real series, and they're just not going to. This isn't James Harden coming in Game 7 either.
No, sir, and that place was rocking last night. Kudos to our fans. We're the best fans, not in the country, in the friggin' world. I can't believe how pumped I am. My kid next to me bought those season tickets when she was 8. She's going to be 20 next week. Oh, it was beautiful. I said, know what, babe? Here's some Tito's, and I don't care. You're now 21 for the night.
Sipping on the Tito's.
Yeah, put the little Tito's. Yeah. She's like that. I'm like, yeah, add some water, tip it off with a little cranberry and the lime, and here we go. Here we go, Sophia Murray. Let's go.
What?
I am so jacked up. I want to eat somebody's face, man. I can't wait to.
We got to send you up there.
Oh, dude. Oh, if I went up there, it'd be trouble. Johnny knows me for years.
It would be.
It's exactly what I want is you to go up there and cause trouble.
Yeah, I do 500 push-ups every day, Monday through Friday. Johnny knows I'm touched, man. I can just, and it's over. I don't care. I'll put you in one of my washers at my laundromat. I am so pumped. I can't wait for this. And the Flyers tomorrow night. How about all you Flyers fans? Shout out to all you guys, man, for hanging in and hanging in and hanging in, watching all that wreck. Now you guys stand. Put your chest out. Put your chest out, Philadelphia fans. Put your chest out and bump the dude that's wearing green today. And bump the other people that look and smell like a hurricane. Smack, smack.
He said bump.
Ass tomorrow night, brothers. Belt to ass. Let's go, Flyers. Let's go, Sixers.
Give him the horn, Ray. Give him the horn. Give him the horn. He said bump. He didn't use the F word.
That's on me.
No, but he could have used it. It was somewhere where he could have used the F word.
Yeah, it would have been good usage of it.
All right, it's
He pumped me up.
let's go to Black Gritty from BlackGritty.com. Black Gritty, how are you?
I'm glad you took that call before me because today I'm not hyped. Talking to you ritzy dudes out here at Wegmans in this economy. Come on, guys. Can I borrow $50?
Hey, man, I spent $72 this morning filling my tank.
Oh,
we're dying slow out here, Johnny Marks.
Man.
But this is the problem with hockey. NHL can't get out of its way.
yep.
Philadelphia's been starving. We are driving the market. I think we're the most viewed series.
First round series
playoffs.
game in years on ESPN.
And so,
Yep.
And so you get to set your schedule, and you know what the basketball schedule is, and you put us right up against ourselves in a game 7.
Yeah.
Not you know it's going to be a game 7, but you know the possibility.
You split in the audience.
Like
Yep, you're splintering.
you can't get out of your own way again.
Well,
now
I found out why, Black Gritty.
Why?
Tell me.
Because ESPN ABC didn't want to lose the Saturday night game in total because they didn't have a game 7 to put there.
So they don't have anything else.
So they got to start it. Yep. I'm not happy about it.
Well, could we stagger the times? Like I'm just saying.
They
I
are
don't know.
staggered.
Either
but
way,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, either way, I'm not happy, and I know I got the power of the future, and I can split screen it, but still, it's like they're in their own way, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, you
As
want
far
to
as
lock
the Sixers
in,
are
right?
concerned, Yeah, and I'm going to be locked in. You know what I mean? I got 2 eyes, I got 2 screens. I'm going to be cross-eyed for the night, but I'm going to be there. But my other problem is like I haven't seen the Sixers beat the Celtics. Last time they beat the Celtics, I was 3 years old, and I heard stories about my dad. I know why I hate Boston. It was built into my brain, okay? I'm a 70s baby. I was 3 years old the last time it happened. So I was on somebody's lap, but I don't remember seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So every year when something comes up and it's beat Boston, we hate Boston, all this kind of stuff, now I'm sitting here, something I thought I'd never be. I'm in Kobe Bryant mode, bro. Finish the job.
Yeah.
I don't care about nothing. Go get the
Your
job
Mamba
done. I'm not-
mentality,
thank
right?
you. Bro, thank you, Joel, for coming back. I don't care about none of that, okay? Unless you win, none of that. That's not the story that's going to happen. So you go ahead and feel happy about Joel right now, but if they lose this game, they're going to be kicking him right back in his back. So, job's not finished, job's not done. Lock in, get it done, and my God, go Philadelphia. We take over the world. Hey, Phillies, you get a golf clap too.
How about that?
How
Walk
about
off.
that?
Ain't nobody even talking about that. You know what I mean? That's how messed up the city is right now. They had 2 walk-offs back-to-back in one day, and we don't give a ham sandwich about it. John, cash out me $50 next time. Hey, yeah, here at Wegmans. I'll talk to you guys. Have a great weekend.
All right, there
go
he is.
Go Flyers, go Sixers.
Black
Nice.
Gritty from BlackGritty.com.
Great call.
Thank you, Black Gritty.
He's dead on right too. The Celtics are more of a. I would prefer the Celtics, the Sixers beating the Celtics over the Eagles beating the Cowboys. Cowboys are inconsequential since the mid '90s.
It's the Eagles. It's the NFL. Everybody hates the Cowboys.
Course, yeah.
As an actual, as an actual rival,
But it means something.
Both teams have to be good, and you need those epic games where it's like, damn, the Cowboys got us again. I gotta get the Cowboys. But like, here's the other thing with the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry. The Cowboys fans never used to care about the Eagles because they would always say, well, yeah, they're our rival. Why does everybody in Philadelphia hate us?
Yeah.
Now that the Eagles are an elite franchise and winning Super Bowls, it drives the Cowboys fans nuts because we're so annoying.
Yeah.
And they hate it.
And the Redskins have been a non-factor for the most part.
Yeah, like that's a dead rivalry. That the Cowboys aren't any good. They're not any good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. But you went up there in Boston. Now this reignites something that, like Black Gritty said, he was 3. I mean, my first, I have sports memories of the Phillies winning the World Series in 1980.
Me too. My first memories.
But the Sixers winning in 83, I was a fan. I love Doc and the original Boston Strangler and Mo Cheeks.
Yeah.
The entire team.
Yeah, Moses.
But I also didn't grow up with the disappointment. Doc had lost a bunch of finals. They had lost to Boston a bunch of times in the Eastern Conference Finals. There were really good teams. The Lakers were really good. They lost in 80 where Kareem couldn't play in the game and Magic had to be a center, and they won that. So if Doc doesn't win that title in 83, his career's not looked at the same because he didn't win a title.
Not even close. In 83, they were great. And you're right. And playing against Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish.
They used to get in fights.
Danny Ainge. It was like we talked about that story with Charles the one time I was on. I asked him about Larry, and he was obviously on the floor when Doc strangled him.
Yep. Doc strangled
And he got
Larry.
suspended for it.
Sedale 3 punched Danny Ainge in the face,
Yeah.
which is an all-time one. But
Sedale 3. Wow.
over the years, it was, God, Tommy Heinsohn, who used to do the national CBS
Yep.
broadcast, but he was a local Celtic guy. I hated Tommy Heinsohn because he would do those damn games. It's like, hang on, he's a Celtic. Why is he working with Brent Musburger and Dick Stockton?
I remember being annoyed a couple of years ago when Kevin McHale was doing the game.
Oh,
and
my
it used to drive me
God.
crazy. He shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, they have
conflict of interest.
Just like Sidney Crosby has that, like the penguin annoying face. The Celtics they still do.
Yeah. Like Kevin McHale and that resting bitch face that he had.
Danny
when he
Ainge, Dennis Johnson, Bird,
DJ, yeah. Unbelievable. Well,
Jerry Seastings.
This is a 7-game series, too. There's scar tissue that builds up over the first 6. And we've got scar tissue. And like two teams that hate each other that are so similar to their fan bases. That's what makes it fun. Unbelievable.
All right, coming up, we have voice memos that are coming up, 610-632-0975. Voice memos from the Davis Honda text line. That's also the phone number, 610-632-0975. Sean from Pine Hill leads us off. Coming up next, how many fans believe they're going to win Game 7? And if there's any local Celtics, like Celtics fans that live in the Delaware Valley, we'd love to talk to you with how you feel about this game heading
Confidence
into Game
level.
7. Yeah. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Middays with Marks, with John Marks and Ray Dunn. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
George driving it. Cada and Brown are there. He's doubled. He spins. He goes to Embiid. Embiid back to George. Reverse layup. Up and good. He turns. He scores it. Timeout. Joe Mazzulla. 88-65. Sixers looking to force a Game 7.
Go ahead. Take it over. You're the boss.
Oh, it's a Yacht Rock Friday.
Oh, cool.
I forgot. Oh,
It's
man.
been so funny to put the Tom McGinnis with the Yacht Rock.
I could see Tom
That's
McGinnis.
a juxtaposition.
It really is. It kind of fits, though.
Tom chilling, little Yacht Rock, couple cocktails.
Tom not doing the game is perfect for Yacht Rock.
Yeah, for sure.
Tom is chill dude. Jason, how you doing?
You wouldn't know that when you listen to him.
How you feeling, Jason? How you doing? And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, he's like he's going nuts.
He's a red light player.
Yeah, when the light goes on, Tom McGinnis, like tomorrow night, he will be at his elite best.
Can you imagine?
Before that game, he will be chill. But soon as that tip-off happens, are you kidding me? He is going to be going nuts.
Are you kidding me?
It's like Gilbert Gottfried. I interviewed him in studio, and he was very quiet. He wasn't during the breaks. He wasn't really saying anything. When you spoke to him, he was quiet.
normal.
No, he wasn't.
Let me tell you, John.
But he wasn't even like regular. He was like soft spoken. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And then literally you come back from break and it goes from a 2 on the octave to a
38.
And it's the Gilbert Gottfried that you know. It was unbelievable. It really was. I have a picture with Gilbert Gottfried from that, which is a prized possession. He passed away a long time ago.
Yeah, he did. I used to be able to do him, but I have to hear him again to do him.
I couldn't do it right now.
I have to hear it first. So.
He's an all-time.
Yeah. I can't wait for tomorrow night. I'm so conflicted because these games are kind of at the same time.
Well, just tell the Flyers you're taking the night off. You're going to watch the Sixers.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll. Is there all the complaining I do about no playoff off seasons, right?
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to
check, back check, paycheck tomorrow night, Johnny Mark.
Let's go to Sean in Pine Hill. Jason, you noticed his comment of what he has to say is spot on. Sean in Pine Hill, hello, buddy. What's up?
Marks and Martinez, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Sean?
First off, Martinez, great to hear you on the airwaves, pre-game shows, dude, and you're healthy.
Thank you, man. Good to be heard.
So first off, I want Flyers and Sixers, but I had to go to CVS to pick up my prescription for my 3-for-4 Viagra because it's up right now. Phillies, Flyers, Sixers are rolling.
Congratulations.
Yeah, the Phillies, and we'll touch on the Phillies, but just to mention this, Sean, since Rob Thompson got sacrificed, nobody's lost the game in Philadelphia sports.
Wow.
Sixers haven't, Flyers haven't, Phillies haven't.
We got a really good
sacrificial lamb. So first off with the Flyers, me and my son, it was awesome. We stayed up in his room to watch a game. When they scored, we're going nuts, and then we hear the door open. It's a wife going, "What do you guys? He's got school tomorrow." And my son goes, "Flyers won," which was awesome. But here's my thing. That goal that was scored, there's a lot of things that ain't being said. Michkov.
I said it.
The patience he had, instead of going normally like he did, pulled it back at the point. And here's the thing, that pass he made across, if he puts that on stick, there's no goal. That guy's blocking it.
Well, yeah.
So,
the thing is, he goes to the middle like he's going to go down low, and he sinks the defense back a little bit.
Back.
That gives York enough time to get his head up and let the screen develop properly in front of him with Cates.
Yep.
And Cates lifts the stick of the defender because the defender's trying to knock the puck down. Cates lifts his stick out of the way.
Yeah. The fact he was a healthy scratch, too, and he did that. And here's my thing with Martone. That kid has taken everything, every beating, and he hasn't backed down. And think about this. Martone and Vladar, they're two pieces they added late, and look where we're at now.
Yeah.
So,
and Forcer,
right,
who hasn't been good
let's go to the Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the Sixers. Paul George, that was a Paul George game. That he defensed up, and he was stroking, hitting his threes and everything. And here's the thing. Nick Nurse has outcoached that guy the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And Embiid is buying in. He's buying in. What is Embiid doing? Staying down on the post. He's not outside, swallowing the ball, shooting threes all the time, taking the ball away from his offense that's been rolling.
Yep.
He's getting the ball in the post, and what is he doing? If he's double-teamed, kicking it out. What are they doing? Banging the threes. So here's the thing we're going to bang. We're going to bang the Celtics out of the building. We're going to kick their ass. And we're going to roll, and I'm watching both games. And I think the Flyers, here's the thing. The Flyers played them in the last 4 games. They lost by 1 goal each.
Yeah. 3 of them overtime.
And they're rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Hit the horn, play the song.
Give them the horn, Ray.
Wow. Into the song.
That's not bad.
Dude. It's like an Anthony day. It's a 4 for 4 kind of day.
It sure is. It
is a 4 for 4 kind of day.
So I believe. How about this? Jason and I kind of mentioned this during the break that the best course, the best way the Sixers can win the game tomorrow night, Game 7, isn't by Embiid coming out and scoring 45 points and having the game of his life. He went 6 of 18 last night, and I felt like he had a great game. Right? He literally shot 33% from the field, and it felt like a better game than when he scored in the 30s.
Yeah,
last night.
The game prior, he scored in the 30s.
No, because the game he didn't try to do too much. He had 1 turnover last night.
Take the ball,
and he could have had, like you said, 8 assists. Felt light. If guys were hitting their shots, Ray, he has 12, 13 assists. Easy last night.
Easily. And that 1 turnover, if I remember it correctly, was he made the right read. The pass was just too tall and hit the rim for Oubre in the first quarter.
It did. That's right. It did.
That was, I believe, the only time he
was
turned
wide
over.
open.
Yeah.
Oubre was wide open under the bucket.
He is bought into the whole, they're going to blitz me. They can't guard me. And it's okay if they can't guard me if I give someone else the easy opportunity.
Yep.
And he's always been a gifted passer. It's been about reading it. He diagnosed it better than really.
Let me give you a stat line on him.
Ever seen
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
If Embiid goes out, gives you 21, 17, and 11. Is that the recipe for a win?
Oh, they win for sure.
Yeah.
Man,
like I don't need 45, 12, and 2 with 6 turnovers.
So to this, though, and he talks about it after the game, at some point the touch is going to return. Like, he's just too gifted of his shooter for it not to.
That fadeaway.
Right. And if they get him at the mid-range, and if Kata keeps playing 2 steps off of him, like, he's going to have that shot. Like, if that shot starts going, and either Kata or Vucevic have to go up and guard him, they're not quick enough to recover, and then that's going to open up so much down low. Yeah. Like, if that shot starts dropping, that's why it feels like they left meat on the bone yesterday. Like, it's crazy.
Did you see him having like a second quarter where he has like 14 points?
Oh yeah.
No, for sure. and Kata he can't shoot. So keeping him out there, and the defense isn't good enough to justify it. But then you put Vucevic out there, he's got to be able to score because he's not good at defense. He can't hit a bucket in this. I don't feel like he's hit a 3-point shot. I take a lot of them. So right now, their center position ain't good. So, and I mean,
matchup problem for them.
It is a matchup problem.
Yeah.
Not 1 turnover last night for Maxey and Edgecombe.
That's insane.
Not 1.
Not a single turnover?
And
not 1.
Done a pretty good job of, you see a number of times Paul George has the ball coming up the floor. Like, the idea of having Maxey play off ball, allowing him to use his quickness has been huge.
It's a different look.
And hey, I've been as critical of Nick Nurse as anyone.
He's done a good job
You
here.
take 2 against the Celtics and Joe Mazzulla. Tip of my
You
cap
saved
to
your
you.
job.
Like second quarter tomorrow night, Embiid goes 7 for 9. Like
Sweating just thinking about it.
and they do it until they can stop him.
I had said yesterday that the last thing I want to see is him to come out and take 10 shots in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Let the game come to you.
Let it develop.
Charles used to do this. Stars will do this at least in like the old in the old NBA. Guys that can score points, they'll get it going. Let's get the other guys going first, and then all right, then I'm going to start going.
They're not passengers.
Get the other guys going. Yeah. Last night, the other guys got going. It wasn't a great shooting first quarter by any means, but it wasn't another one to Joel. I mean, think about it. Maxey, in what game was that, Ray? Game 4? Mm-hmm. Took 3 shots in the first half. That can't happen.
Yeah.
He needs to take 3 shots in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah. He
Not
needs
in
to
the
get
first
going.
half.
Yeah.
He can't be a passenger. He can't be watching.
Yeah.
And if you start off with, I'm going to get my guys going, I'm going to let, because
I know I'm going to get going.
He's still going to get his shots, man. He's too damn big and too damn talented not to.
Yep. But get everybody involved. Get everybody in the rhythm of the game.
And they did.
And then you jump in and supplement that. And then it opens everything up and everybody's already cooking.
All right, coming up news at noon. Your chance to win
Wow.
$1,000.
Really?
Yesterday on the show,
You had $1,000
we
winner.
had a $1,000 winner. 10 o'clock.
What do I text?
I'm going to tell you coming up next.
All right, cool.
The short code is 45911. I'm going to give you the special keyword. So that's coming up next at 12 o'clock, followed by the news at noon with Ray Dunn, featuring Rick Tocchet, Jokic, and Charles Barkley. Was Charles Barkley from Unfiltered
First
yesterday?
time ever on the news at noon, we're featuring something that was done on the station.
Wow.
No.
It's a landmark day here for us on the station.
Barkley on Zoom yesterday on Unfiltered.
I saw it with the goggles on.
On NBC Sports Philadelphia.
I got to have
too.
him talk to my optometrist. You got to get some new frames.
He needs to put on about 70 pounds, too. I don't like the skinny
He's too
Barkley.
thin.
Yeah, he is. I need fat Charles back.
At least plump.
If I ever get him on, I'm going to tell him, Charles, listen, put on 30 pounds, man. I like you better, a little chubby.
You know, let's get back on the potato with the new steakhouse opening up.
Your chance to win $1,000. News at noon coming up next. Don't go anywhere.